Make Black Men Great Again. Walking home, had to purchase some items, and this is Austin. I'm on oh Lord, I'm by Woodward and Ben White. Yeah, going down Ben White. So this is like, y'all never seen Austin. It's kind of what it looks like. It's pretty. I love it here. I want to talk about something. Oh, and actually, Austin can have something to do with it. I'm gonna start there. All right. Well, okay. How convenient. Well, when I was younger, I've always seen things a little bit differently because, like, my parents, like, let me have a TV in my room, you know, and I used to watch TV, and, like, there was no one there to really tell me what I can and can't watch, right? So I watched a lot of television that, for one, a 7 and 8-year-old shouldn't be watching. They're even about 87, and I mean like news and you know, considering the fact that I'm black, you know, me watching Frasier or Seinfeld or SNL back in the Gap. Like, I used to watch Saturday Night Live. I used to watch Politically Incorrect. I used to watch, like, Saturday USA Up All Night with Rhonda Shear. Matter of fact, I go back all the way to USA Up All Night with Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah. So that's when they could show titties on TV and shit. They getting back to them days, but back then they could. But so I realized how much media has an effect on your view of the world, right? So one of the differences between me and my friends is that I came up watching different stuff. My taste in music wasn't just rap, although I listened to the rappity of the rap and the hoodest of the hood, but I also listened to Nirvana and Stone Temple Pilots and Soundgarden and fucking all the way to like fucking bluegrass and, you know, like Steve Martin Band and the Go Rodeo, the Yo-Yo Ma and Duncan Clark and Chris Steele, who was an amazing fucking mandolin player. Anyway, I realize how much, you know, my exposure to these things affect the way I see the world and how I operate, and that made me different all my life. You can kind of hear the way I talk. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and most of us don't really talk like this, right? And that's because when I was younger, I wanted to be a rapper, so I started I wanted to be a lyrical type, and you know, you got to pronunciate, so I had a lisp, so I had to train myself out of doing that, and I did that at a young age. So my way, the reason why I talk this way is because I move my mouth when I talk, and that's on purpose, so that my words come out clear, even though they still get confused. But here's what I'm saying. I'm coming to the understanding of the reason. Like, the universe has a will. God has a will. That will is why you exist, or why, for the lack of a better term, why you exist. And that will is pretty much the will of the universe, the intention that it had, and, you know, what it wants to see and what questions it is looking to answer. And that affects, I think, the experience that you have. Now, I was exposed to these things, I think, for the reason of that the universe wanted me to see things differently from the perspective of a young man, and also visualize things that wouldn't necessarily be visualized, contextualized from a person from the hood. Black guy, I guess, you know, just consider not just black, but like from the hood. And it made me realize slowly I'm coming to the idea of, this goes into the what's called the theory of everything. The theory of everything is a theory that there's a gap, there's a miscommunication or between the quantum physics and really the theory of relativity. It's not necessarily applied. It doesn't. I think the theory of relativity or gravity, one of them, it doesn't really work with mathematically with the quantum physics. So it's an issue, and if they can figure out how to tie those two together like a link between a way of mathematically putting it all into one, it will be the theory of everything. It will be the way of you can describe the universe in one mathematical theory. I know I'm talking over a lot of people here right now, but you know, like I said, I was exposed to a lot of shit. I used to watch surgeries, like live surgeries. I used to watch that shit when I was a kid. Anyway, so let's think about the unified theory and what that is. I explained to you what that is. Now, my thing is, I think one of my reasons for existing, I would say, is to give this message to people. Y'all might not hear me. This might sound, I'm a coon, I'm all this shit, I'm a sellout nigga or whatever. But that theory of everything, if we can apply that to society, if we can figure out how to connect the ideas of Christianity, Muslim, of scientific, of, you know, these religions, and realize and find the one thing between them that is a common thread that they all can agree on, right? That we can all agree on. We're all different. We're gonna be different. What we need to do is figure out how to get over our, like, we just can't get over the fact that people are different than us, and I don't get that. You know, some people are weird, but as long as you don't touch me, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm, you know, kind of upfront about the way I am, and, you know, I'm confident in who I am, and I know a lot of people not. But if we can figure out how to create a unified theory for society, as in black, white, Muslim, Indian, the separatism is what's holding us back, y'all. Emotional intelligence, our lack of emotional intelligence, because it's not a part of our culture, and not just our culture, it's not a part of American culture, it's not a part of Indian culture, it's not a part of Asian well, Asian does, they do, like Confucius and things like that. There's a lot of logic and, yeah, emotional intelligence, but overall, I mean, you know, that's not something that's necessarily a part of the culture. But apart from that, if we can understand that, then I think that we will evolve. That will be a part of our evolution as human beings. We are not designed to stay the same. We're designed to keep growing and evolving into new things. A million years from now, we're not going to look the same. We're not going to talk the same. We're not going to think the same. So the Tao says the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That single step to take for that future society of paradise that I personally, if you look at my old videos, you kind of see that I believe that this is paradise, and the problem is we don't realize it. And because we don't realize it, we don't act like it, and then, you know, therefore it's a self-fulfilling prophecy type thing. But if you understood what this is, you see how beautiful that sky is? You see it? The fact that I can perceive its beauty means that it was made for me to perceive it as beautiful. Therefore, it was made for me to love. It has to be paradise. Look at that grass growing out of the ground. Look at that. You see that? That's life under my feet. Look at this. They so happy. You know, this is paradise, right? The only thing that's wrong is the things that we do to each other. In short, I can go all day about this. I can go on for an hour. But we got to get over the racism, us as black people, because, yeah, white people got their things, other people got their things, and they got their things. But for one, we made them. Number two, we're the first people to walk this earth, so we have this knowledge that should be shared with them. And it's our job to really enlighten the world. I know it sounds fucked up and sound crazy, and I'm a real nigga. Believe me, I will knock a motherfucking teeth out if needed. But I know the truth. And because I know the truth, I have to speak that truth. And that truth is, we are all the same fucking thing. We're just looking through different eyes. And the faster we understand that, the faster we can get to the good part. The real good part. This video sucked. Make black men great again.